Of the fourth quarter here in Buffalo. Second down and short for the Bengals. It's a Pirine run, and it's a first down for Cincinnati. And a gain of 5 for Samaje Perine. The Bengals, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns to begin the game, have not scored since. They made the most of those early opportunities and have a 3-point lead.
And one of the things this Buffalo Bills offense does to the game is it really shortens it. Now it puts a lot of emphasis on the ability of Buffalo to capitalize on their limited possessions. But just think, this is only Joe Burrow in the Cincinnati. Here we are in the start of the fourth quarter. This is only Burrow and the Bengals' 6th offensive possession. So it just puts a real heightened sense of importance every time each team possesses the ball.
Chase trying to get it in his hands. He's been quiet today. Jamar Chase got 4 yards before Shaq Thompson tackled him. Leading the NFL among receivers and receptions coming in. He's got just 1 today, make it 2 there. Technically a reception on the sweep play. 2nd and 5, under 14 to play. Bengals are 4-8. Outside shot at the playoffs. Best path would be through the division where no team is above 500. The Bills 8-4, currently the 7 seed. Blitz coming. Burrow off his back foot has Gesicki, and Gesicki's got a first down. Working against Mackrell Hairston.
We've seen now Gesicki multiple times. When he gets those one-on-one matchups, he's just big, he's long. Now here he is working against Hairston, the young corner. And tell you what, Gesicki throughout his career, he runs routes much more like a wide receiver than he does necessarily a tight end. He's fluid, he's long. He's not going to really be in the box as a traditional wide tight end. Not going to do a lot of the run blocking stuff, but on the outside, he is a big-time threat.
His 3rd catch today. On first down, back to the ground, Chase Brown. And Brown was stopped at the line of scrimmage. Cole Bishop, leading tackler for the Bills in his 2nd season, up there to make the stop.
Yeah, watch the job here. We haven't called Cole Bishop's name a lot, but I just want to show, look how deep he comes. With the motion, they rock the safeties away. Look at the depth he comes from to make that. So they want to use Buffalo, this style of defense. They want to force negative runs on early downs. And a lot of the ways they're going to do it is with defensive backs and off-ball players getting penetration.
Now Bishop, who didn't play a ton in his first year last year, sporadic playing time largely because of the injuries, breaking out in his 2nd year. With the play clock running out, a timeout taken by Cincinnati.
Timeout, Cincinnati.
We'll be right back after this message from State Farm.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, Burrow and these Bengals, look, they got to win out. They've got Baltimore after this next week. 3 games after that where they'll be the favorite. They got a 3-point lead early on in the fourth quarter in Buffalo. Bills bail out of a pressure look. Underneath Yosivas. Bishop there for another tackle. 3rd and about 5.
Nice job here by Burrow. A lot of depth and just putting themselves in here in 3rd and medium, which not only is that just to get on track here for 3rd down, but more so it allows them to treat this 3rd down like 2nd down. They could hand the ball off. They could throw short of the sticks. Here right around the midfield logo is prime 4-down territory for Cincinnati.
Timeout. Taken by Buffalo. First one used by Sean McDermott. With 11:35 left to go, we'll take the break with him. College Hoops Friday delivers a huge SEC Big East matchup next week. Texas battles solo ball and 5th-ranked UConn, all starting on Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern on Fox. 3rd down and 4 for the Bengals coming here from the 44. Burrow goes sideline, and there's Chase. A 1st down, getting a step on Cam Lewis.
Yeah, another great example of moving Jamar Chase inside, and now it's a matchup against Cam Lewis. We saw earlier in the second half against Taron Johnson, the slot corner, because when he's been out wide against Christian Benford, there's just not been a lot of action outside the numbers, and his ability to be moved all around the formation is just such a weapon for Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow.
1st down and 10 from the 38. Bills backing everybody up inside. It's back outside to Chase. Made a man miss. Jamar Chase crossed the 35-yard line. Checking with Carissa.
Thank you, Joe. Steelers up 4 on the Ravens. Aaron Rodgers dumps it off to Jaylen Warren. He's going to do all the work. Goes 38 yards untouched for the score. Steelers on top 27-16. Almost the start of the 4th there. Joe?
Well, making what the Bills defense did last week that much more impressive.
Exactly
Holding that
right.
team to just 7 points. Rodgers and the Steelers coming to life, trying to break a tie at the top of the division there.
One thing this Cincinnati Bengals team does better in the run game is run between the tackles. Teams have had a lot more luck running between the hashes than they have had on the outside.
Burrow to throw it here. Sideline again. Higgins with the defense from Hairston. It's incomplete. And it's 3rd and 6. And this has been the down today where the Bengals have been so good. They just converted again to Jamar Chase. They are 8 for 10 on 3rd down. Third and 6. Bills are coming. Over the middle, there's Higgins. A juggle and a catch, and another 3rd down conversion for Cincinnati. They bring the blitz, and the Bengals beat it with a 19-yard gain.
Yeah, it all starts inside. They've done this all up pressure, and then they usually bail and then bring unblocked defenders. He just can't quite get there from off the edge, and Higgins is having a hard time hanging on to the ball, but that time he's able to secure, and he hits his head again, and just definitely looks uncomfortable, and hard to say exactly what's going on.
Leading everybody today, 5 catches, 70 yards. Here's Brown straight ahead with a head of steam into a big body inside there. Larry Ogunjobi tackled him. Higgins leaves the game again. He's been in and out today after missing last week with a concussion. 2nd and 7. A Bills defense, Greg, that has not given up a touchdown in the second half the last 3 games, trying to stand tall here, keep it a 1-score game.
It's just remarkable what Joe Burrow has been able to do on 3rd down. It's the ultimate quarterback sack. I'm sorry, quarterback stat.
Chase one-on-one to the top against Benford. Burrow throws back that way. Touchdown. Gesicki came loose. Mike Gesicki, his 1st touchdown of the year.
Buffalo dials up an all-up pressure. This time, nobody drops. All of the defenders inside, they just all hit it. It's cover 0 on the back end, and they just dropped the coverage. Gesicki's open. Tanner Hudson, number 87, he was completely uncovered. Just a blown assignment on the back end, and you do that against Joe Burrow, he's going to make you pay.
Cool Joe on a cold Sunday at it again. It's a 2-score lead for the Bengals as he gets his 3rd passing touchdown of the day. And after the fumble, boy, what a turnaround. What a heel turn this game has made. Cook fumbles at the goal line. The Bengals march it down the field and find the end zone themselves. Bengals trying to do something that has never been done. That is go from 3-8 to make the playoffs. You guys almost did that. You're 3-8-1. You had the little tie sprinkled in there back in 2014 with the Panthers. Got to win out, and the toughest step when you look at the remaining schedule in doing that would be winning here today.
That would go a long way towards their playoff hopes. But like you said, I've been on a team that won a division with a sub 500 record, and we went on to win a playoff game that year, so you just never know.
Ty Johnson got crunched. Kept his legs, turning to get across the 30. Take us back to the touchdown. Burrow to Gesicki.
All right, so they're all up pressure. They've showed this alignment with all these guys standing at the line of scrimmage. There's Burrow. He gets a good look, and here's what he's seeing. So they got 7 guys up at the line, and it really just leaves 4 defenders on the back end. It's cover 0. If your man stays in the block, you blitz. Buffalo just doesn't do a good job matching the 5 eligibles. Burrow's able to make the unblocked defensive end miss, and it's just wide open.
And so the Bills now down 2 scores with just 8.5 to go, running out of chances. Have not lost a home game in December in 4 years. Allen steps up, goes down the sideline, back shoulder for Tyrell Shavers, an adjustment and a catch. Tyrell Shavers, who's made his name in the run game. Former undrafted free agent getting his first real shot this year.
And I think at this point in the game, just approaching 8 minutes, they're going to have to start pushing the ball a little downfield. It's not something they've had a lot of success with, but in a 2-possession game, they got to get rolling.
Kincaid quickly in his hands. He got a block from Shakir. Rumbled ahead for a dozen more. Stopped by Barrett Carter into Cincinnati territory to the 40-yard line.
So they got to stay on the ball. No huddle. I mean, Josh Allen today, he's averaging just a little over 3 yards in air yards a game. So that's how far the ball travels past the line of scrimmage. So clearly not pushing it downfield very often.
Looking downfield here, lets it rip Kincaid, but it's broken up by Battle. Jordan Battle, leading tackler this year for the Bengals in his 3rd season from Alabama. 2nd and 10.
Dalton Kincaid, he's going to run a little inside seam route. Just trying to throw that ball away from Battle, more to the middle of the field. Kincaid wants PI. I think it's a good no call. Battle's doing a nice job just playing through the ball, and Josh Allen knows he's just got to put that one a little bit more to the inside.
20 out of 25 today, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He's pressured, he's got a ton of room. There goes Josh Allen through the snow, into the end zone. Touchdown Bills, 40 yards.
Well, there's quarterback rush lanes, and then there's this. Josh Allen hits the top of his drop, and just watch this lane just completely open. Great job there by Deion Dawkins. Taking the inside rusher, leaves the widest guy for the quarterback. And when you have an athlete like Josh Allen playing the quarterback position, it doesn't have to always be perfect.
It was more than a snow blower. Clear the path right there. They had one of those big snow plows. It was industrial snow plows. Extra point wobbles through. Well, they had to be quick, and they were. 68 yards in 1:11. Josh Allen with a 40-yard touchdown run. The Bills far from finished. It's the longest rushing touchdown of Josh Allen's career, and it keeps the Bills in this game 28-25 with 7.5 left.
Yeah, so watch Deion Dawkins right here, the left tackle, back from injury. This is what they call empty protection. So you only have 5 offensive linemen. So he knows if both Burks and Johnson both rush, Johnson belongs to the quarterback, and he will take the inside rusher. So Josh Allen understands who's he's responsible for, and the big left tackle, Dawkins, he knows. And no one in Cincinnati even knew who had the ball in the back end. And Joe Brady said, all right, that's about as easy as it gets.
That's how we drew it up, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
We drop back, everybody else run out of the way, and Josh, you just run to the end zone.
Is this game awesome or what?
So good.
Gosh, this is so good.
28-25, Bengals in front. Charlie Jones from the 10 for Cincinnati. He was met at the 30-yard line. Reggie Gilliam, the fullback, getting involved on special teams, and Joe Burrow goes back to work. He said it took him some time to shake off the rust in the first half. In his return against Baltimore, he said, I was pretty lights out in the second half, and he's kept that going today. 20 out of 28, 3 touchdowns.
And it's really just continues to be his work on third down. 9 of 11. Just a ridiculous number against the defense that coming into the game was among the best pass defensive teams in the entire league, being the Bills.
Not supposed to be able to miss that much time, 2.5 months, and come back and look this good so quickly. Fake and a throw, and there's Noah Fant. His first catch. He's getting all his tight ends involved. I'm sure you're okay with that.
Hey, when I call games, tight ends have good days. That's kind of the way it's worked over the years, and there's a lot of really good tight ends in this game. And what I think's so cool about both the rooms, Joe, both for the Bengals and the Bills, is maybe not the star, maybe not the George Kittle or the Brock Bowers of the world, but just depth. They play with multiple tight ends. Each guy has kind of their own flavor that they bring to the offense, and getting them all involved.
Fan over from Seattle, his first season with Cincinnati. First down and 10, close to midfield. Here's Chase Brown, spun away from the first man, got a couple. Finished off by Maxwell Hairston. 6:40 and counting in a 3-point game. Burrow needs a new helmet.
Interesting. I have to wonder, is he having some issues with the communication? Or
28-25 game at Highmark Stadium. One of the final times in this place. The new Highmark Stadium rising up across the parking lot. Over the middle, Chase plucked it out of the air, stayed on his feet, and got a first down. Jamar Chase, there is a flag down as he gets 16 yards. One catch in the first half. Chase with his 4th of the second half.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense number 99. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
Larry Ogunjobi, the former Bengal, called for the penalty.
And Jordan Poyer, he thought he saw this route coming. Gesicki goes vertical, and Jamar Chase just uses running through his wake, and Poyer's trying to knock the ball out and can't secure the tackle.
Strong hands again from Chase, who moves over 1,000 yards for the 5th time in as many seasons in the NFL. Joins Randy Moss, A.J. Green, Mike Evans, his old LSU teammate Justin Jefferson. The only guys ever to do that. 5 out of 5 reaching 1,000. From the 33. Oh my goodness! Look out here! Christian Benford, gift wrapped the other way! Touchdown! What just happened? 67 yards. Christmas comes early for Christian Benford and the Buffalo Bills, who lead this game for the first time.
I just don't think Joe Burrow got a good handle on the ball. It was one of those run alerts where the entire team is running a run play, and he sees Benford come off the slot on pressure, and he's just trying to throw it over his head. Just don't think he got a good grip on the ball, and throws it right into his face.
Second game in a row with a touchdown for Christian Benford on defense. Look at his eyes are big. Even he's saying, whoa. First time that Joe Burrow's been intercepted all year. And he may not throw another one like that ever.
Buffalo, their second. It's a 30-second timeout.
Timeout taken by the Bills here.
Yeah, so you see Benford, he just comes off the slot, and Joe Burrow saying, okay, I'll just throw into that space. I'll just tag it. You don't want Benford coming off the edge, creating a lost yardage play. So again, everyone here is just running. He just kind of shot puts it, and then he just can't secure the tackle, and That's about as easy as a pick six Christian Benford's going to have during his entire career.
My, oh my, the Bills have taken the lead as Christian Benford finds the end zone. Prater pokes through the extra point. And it's 32-28 Buffalo. Well, some massive turnovers in this game. We welcome those of you that are joining us from Minnesota, Roland, Washington. Much different story in this game. It's been tight. It's been tense. Really high-level quarterback play on both sides. This last play notwithstanding. Christian Benford, after a scoop and score touchdown last week, on a corner blitz, on a DB blitz, gets an interception and takes it back for the touchdown.
And this Bills defense, they love blitzing, especially to the short side of the field. Those are run blitzes. They're trying to create negative plays in the run game with their secondary. And Zach Taylor looks on and says, man, my quarterback has been so good all day, and just makes a mistake.
Boy, 2 turnovers that have resulted in 7 points one way or the other, right? You had James Cook fumbling at the goal line, didn't score. It was a touchback, and now this turnover directly to 6 the other way.
I'll tell you one thing that we know about Joe Burrow.
He ain't phased.
He's going to come out this next possession, and he's going to let it rip. That is going to have no impact on him going forward.
Short one here, Charlie Jones. Charlie Jones taken down. Jordan Hancock with the tackle there on special teams. And here he comes. Cool Joe going to need to be just that. He never looks rattled. If you happen to just join us, you have missed a thriller of a ball game. You got the top 2 quarterbacks perhaps in the league right now going head to head, and they've both delivered.
They've been incredible. Third downs, high level scramble play. This is quarterback play, to your point, other than the last play.
Yeah.
The rest of the game is about as good a quarterback play as you can have on both sides of the ball. And it just feels a 1-score game with one of these quarterbacks is the way it should be.
Burrow has it hit at the line and picked again. Lightning strikes twice for Buffalo. A.J. Epinesa gets this one.
We got to stop saying good quarterback play.
Forget it.
It's just the last 2 plays are an absolute nightmare for Cincinnati, and a Buffalo defense that early on today, we weren't sure if they were going to get a stop with the way Cincinnati went up and down the field. These last 2 plays resulting in takeaways have completely shifted this game.
Epinesa the interception after Jordan Phillips, the 11-year veteran, got his hand on it. And Joe Burrow, who had not been intercepted all year, gets picked off on back-to-back plays.
All right, so now Cincinnati's defense, they've got to step up. They've got to find a way to force a field goal here. 7-point game and get the ball back to Joe Burrow. With 5 minutes to go, getting this thing to double digits seems tough.
James Cook. James Cook close to a first down inside the 20. There is a flag, though. There's a flag back at the 25-yard line. There's a couple Bengals slow to get up.
74. 10-yard penalty. First down.
A rough day for Ryan Vandermark continues. He's called for the penalty. And an injured Bengal. Now, prior to his last 2 pass attempts, Joe Burrow in his career against the Bills, 7 touchdowns, no picks, and now 2 interceptions, back-to-back plays as this game has shifted in a hurry. It had been all Bengals. They had led from the start. Josh Allen with the longest run of his career, 40-yard touchdown right there to get him to within a score. And then Christian Benford, a 67-yard pick 6. Although you need to watch the clip of that to really understand what that pick 6 looked like. The next play, a tipped ball and an interception for A.J. Epinesa. So the Bills have it, leading this game for the first time. 5:03 left, and Burrow hoping for another shot over on that Bengals sideline. Huge game for both these teams. Bengals trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Bills trying to solidify their standing. Allen given time. He's got his tight end, Dawson Knox, having his biggest game. Dawson Knox makes it 1st and goal. 31 yards for Knox.
And it's just Joe Brady going into his bag. You go post, wheel, and then a tight end delay drag route. It's just so hard. Look, they're going to send James Cook all the way through the line of scrimmage. So he takes that flat defender, and then they just replace him with the tight end Knox, and just a ton of green grass. It's just a great call coming out of the break there by Joe Brady.
How about 93 yards today for Dawson Knox, who came into the game just a little over 200 for the year. First down and goal for the Bills. Hand it off. Cook, both hands over the ball as he trips inside the 5, and it's second down. James Cook is productive as any running back in the NFL, but if you happen to just tune in, fumbles have been an issue. 2 of them today, 4 of them the last 2 weeks. And you know the Bengals are going to be ripping at it.
Yeah, you have to imagine now, Joe Brady and Sean McDermott just saying, all right, last time we were down here on the doorstep of the goal line, he fumbles. I think I'm getting in the gun. I'm putting the ball in Josh Allen's hand here if they get down to the 1 or 2 yard line.
Only receiver here, Gabe Davis to the top, one-on-one. Second and goal. It's Cook again. James Cook got stopped by Geno Stone, who's the injured player a moment ago. So Stone's back in there making a tackle. Third and goal and a timeout taken by the Bengals. With 3:15 on the clock, one of them left for Zach Taylor. James Cook now 77 yards on the day, having a career year. Third consecutive 1,000-yard season. Not just the yards, but the volume now. Only Christian McCaffrey has carried the ball more than James Cook has this season. And of course, Swarm Buffalo's got to be cooking wings, huh?
No doubt. Now, I'll be real curious here. You know, if you're James Cook, you're in that huddle and you're saying, man, give me another shot. I promise I'm not going to reach the ball for the goal line, but let me finish this thing off. Be curious whether they get under center and take the Josh Allen run off the table, or what we've seen over the years is keep him in gun and keep him alive.
You got your 2 plays here, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think, oh man, you know how I feel. I'm going to try to put a knockout shot anytime I can. You get 2 downs here to make this a 2-score game. I think you take it. A lot's going to determine how this third down goes and how close they get.
All the big bodies are in there. They're going to boot Allen. Looking end zone for Knox. Taken away. Takes it himself. Throws last minute for Knox. And a touchdown. Dawson Knox. His career day continues. He's got a touchdown. Was he in bounds, and did he hang on?
So you see the Bengals defenders, they're giving the sign that they believe he juggled it. Let's take a look here. Oh, he definitely juggles it. That's an incomplete pass, and they'll fix this real quick, and it'll bring up 4th and goal.
You got the kick team out there for the extra point, and you're going to need to decide whether to keep him out there to kick a field goal or pull him off and send the offense to the field for what would be a 4th down try.
It's an incomplete pass.
Get it right very quickly.
Yeah, I think I'm going. 4th and goal. You're at the 3-yard line. You've got one of the best red zone threats at quarterback in NFL history. You mentioned you just broke Cam's record, most rushing touchdowns from the quarterback position, and I think either way, you know, it's a touchdown game now with a 4-point lead. A field goal makes it a touchdown game anyway. So all you're doing is introducing a touchdown could still beat you. I'm going for it here, trying to make it a double-digit game and saying I don't know if Joe Burrow has enough time left to have multiple possessions. So I'm with Sean McDermott going for it here.
All right, so here we go. 4th down and goal. Allen has thrown for 2. He's run for 1 today. Out of the I formation. He looks to throw. He pumps. He throws. He's got a touchdown. He's got Jackson Hawes.
Just no pass rush whatsoever. We got Snow Angels in the end zone. Cincinnati does a great job defending the initial pass scheme. Just, you got all day So watch Jackson Hawes. He comes across. He's right here. He's initially a blocker, but look how long he has. Now he just sneaks out, and he's unaccounted for.
And the rookie out of Georgia Tech, who's been vital in the run game as they've leaned on that in recent weeks, has his 3rd touchdown. And the Bills, after trailing this whole game with 2 takeaways to turn the tide, now lead by 2 scores. It's been completely flipped upside down.
It's unbelievable, and it all just starts with the amount of time that Josh Allen has. Take a look here. Cincinnati does a really good job. They're trying to get a little mesh. They're trying to get a bunch of crossers. They do a good job passing it off. They just don't account for Hawes, who initially is in the pass protection, leaking out late. And Sean McDermott's like, that's why you go for it on 4th down, and you make it an 11-point game. Barring something crazy here, Cincinnati only has 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning, so they can only stop the clock here 2 more times.
All smiles up there with Joe Brady. And this offense has done what it's needed to. They've been heavy with a run game in recent weeks, but turning it to the reigning MVP today, saying, go do it for us, Josh Allen. 22 out of 28, more pass than run in this game. And the Bills have scored 21 unanswered over the last 4:30.
I just love that aggressive approach. You want to win these kind of games, you've said it a couple times. This feels like a playoff matchup, playoff energy, a lot on the line for both teams. And you kick a field goal there and you go up 7, it's a lot easier standing at the podium. And that really drives a lot of decision making for coaches. It's hard to be aggressive in those critical moments, knowing you face the music if it goes wrong.
Charlie Jones from the 5. Bills have done a good job covering his returns today. Almost slipped through there. He's lassoed down at the 33. So with 2:57 left, Joe Burrow had been so good all day, but back-to-back throws get intercepted. And he's going to need some kind of magic here to not just keep this game alive, but to keep the Bengals' faint playoff hopes going. 2 games back of Pittsburgh and Baltimore coming into the day. Looks like Pittsburgh with a 5-point lead over the Ravens at this point, late in Baltimore. It doesn't matter what happens there if the Bengals can't find a way to pull off a late miracle here. Burrow for Gesicki. Perfect strike and a one-handed catch. Gesicki right down the chute gets 36 yards.
And that's huge because as this clock continues to tick, ideally you'd love to get a score on the plus side of the 2-minute. Give yourself 2 opportunities to stop the clock. So scoring fast here is big.
Underneath this time, same target. Gesicki racing for the sideline, and he'll get there. Gesicki, who's got a touchdown today, a couple more quick catches here. 5 total for the day. 2nd and 6, 2:25.
Probably something we don't give enough time and conversation around is the ability to maintain your timeouts for these moments. Cincinnati had to burn at their first timeout because they couldn't get lined up, got low on the play clock, and then used their second timeout there on defense. You'd love to have 2 timeouts remaining.
Burrow pressured by Rousseau. He's got Brown in the end zone. He couldn't hang on. Cam Lewis, who they've gone after a few times today, was able to jar it loose. 3rd and 6.
That was a great ball. I mean, he drops this thing in the bucket. Down 11 here. Save your season. You just got to make that catch. Saw him make a great catch for a touchdown on the pylon in the first half, and would have had himself another one there. Just can't quite hang on.
9 out of 11 on 3rd down in this game. You need more than just a 3rd down conversion, though, quickly. Down 2 scores. Into the blitz. Wants T. Higgins. He's got him. Higgins fights through contact for the touchdown. 2nd one of the day, and T. Higgins returned from the injury. He catch that thing with one hand. I mean, he had Tre'Davious White all over him and still made it look easy.
All right, watch pre-snap. You see just kind of alerts to it. He looked at T. Higgins. He saw something pre-snap that he liked and just said, hey, go run right by him. You see Tre'Davious right. He's kind of waiting at the sticks, thinking it's going to come out fast. And now Cincinnati's going to elect to go for 2 here. Try to make this thing 3-point game.
With 2:13 left, a 2-minute warning and 1 timeout. Burrow hopping around, lost the ball, and a failed 2-point conversion this time. So it remains a 5-point game as the Buffalo defense gets the stop on this 2-point conversion. A.J. Epinesa recovering the Burrow fumble.
Yeah, so big stop there clearly. Now keeps this as a touchdown game. Well defended. Right there, I thought Burrow was thinking he was going to get up there and try to take it in himself. Ends up running into his own guy, and ball gets knocked loose.
So 39-34. Bengals had led this entire game until early on in the 4th quarter when it swung in a hurry. 21 unanswered for the Bills over a 4-minute span. And outside of 2 passes, back-to-back passes, Burrow's been awesome. But those back-to-back throws critical. One of them a pick 6 for Christian Benford on a corner blitz where he just jumped up and picked it off. And took it back 67 yards. The next pass intercepted as well. Josh Allen just kind of lurking there, playing a steady game, but has made some big plays for him here in the second half.
All right, so let's talk through this final 2 minutes and 13 seconds. The Bengals have elected not to onside kick. Remember, at the end of the game, they would take the return unit. It would look more of like a traditional kickoff that we're accustomed to, but they're going to elect to kick this deep. Think back, we said you want to score your first score on top plus side of the 2-minute. They can now stop the clock 2 times, a timeout, a 2-minute. And what they don't want to do is onside kick. If they do force a stop, it's a much longer field position game, knowing they need a touchdown.
Ray Davis on the return to the 30. Now Josh Allen last week just 123 yards was his lowest total in 2 years, but today 251 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's also had his longest rushing touchdown of his career, 40 yards. Spread the ball around. He has made plays whenever they've needed him.
Tell you what, whether it's been with his legs, whether it's been as a scramble runner, a scramble passer, or just an in-rhythm pocket passer, he's been absolutely incredible this entire game.
4 more touchdowns total today, 34 for the year. Right there with Matthew Stafford, the NFL leaders. Handoff for James Cook. 3 yards. And the 2-minute warning. On the other side of it, Bengals will have 1 timeout. Bills looking for 1 first down to seal the deal. Well, snow falling. This has been Buffalo's time of year, trying to win a 12th consecutive December or January home game and trying to do it in comeback fashion today.
I think one of these next 2 downs, I'm not afraid to play action, keep the ball in Josh Allen's hand.
So what they'll do right here on 2nd down, look out, he gets sacked, and he's lucky to hang on to the ball.
Yeah, I think he's better off taking that than trying to throw it away. Right now, it's about the clock. Of course, you want to get a first down, but he throws that ball away while in the grasp. Cincinnati can save their final timeout.
Osai got there, Slayton was there, and then Geno Stone out of the secondary, and there is Cincinnati's last timeout with 1:54, and it's 3rd down and 15.
I don't hate the play action. I think kind of what I had in mind was those plays we've seen him run a lot today where he gets out on the perimeter and he's got guys in the flat, he's got late trailers, and then of course if nothing's there, he becomes the outlet, stay in bounds, get yardage, and get down. The play action in the pocket, his ability to improvise on the run is not quite as strong as it is outside the tackle box.
What are you doing here? Are you going to drain the clock, run the ball?
Yeah, 3rd and real long. I'm just going to say, okay, I'm going to try to take as much time off this clock as humanly possible. 3rd and 15, your odds of picking this up aren't great. If it is a pass, something underneath, rely on yards after catch.
They will throw. Allen dances and runs, and Josh Allen looking for the knockout blow. High steps his way to it. Josh Allen put him on his back today. 18 yards to seal the deal on another snowy December Buffalo win.
Now, feels like the perfect ending to the game we just watched. He's trying to just throw the ball to Ty Johnson in the flat. But again, there's just nobody at the second level with eyes on Josh Allen. You cannot rely on your defensive front to contain him. 3rd and 15, your off-ball linebackers have to be your run and chase, and there's just nobody home.
And if you're the Bengals, you're sitting there saying our season hanging by a thread, still with a chance. We're about to give the ball back to Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen on 3rd and 15 runs for a first down.
I mean, let's go back. We came onto the broadcast, and we talked about this new look Buffalo Bills and the run game and James Cook, and all of that remains true. But in the critical moments, the ultimate ace in the hole is having quarterbacks like Josh Allen behind center, because when most teams are just going to walk out of this stadium and say we're going to rely on our defense, critical moments of the game, the ball is going to continue to be in his hands.
And as good as any quarterback in a long time, Josh Allen, you don't know how many chances you're going to get with him in his prime, and enough pieces around him to win the whole thing. And the Bills' first step, they just got to get in, and that was not a sure thing coming into the day. Sitting at 8-4 in the last playoff spot, but solidified that standing a little bit, seeking their first Super Bowl trip since the early 90s, and those 4 in a row, and of course hungry for their first Lombardi trophy ever. I think they've got the guy to bring it here in Josh Allen. 39-34. He and the defense orchestrate the comeback win today. Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles has it for the State Farm Game Break.